See, we can get to a place where evil is dwelling within us. And that's when we walk around just causing ruin and harm and chaos everywhere because it becomes what we are. It's a state of being. See, you can sin and not be a sinner. Don't get me wrong here. In other words, you may not have the character trait of being a sinner. You can have sinned and then you repent and then you're fine. You understand what I'm saying? Or you can be someone who has a character trait as a sinner. You're just all over the place of sinning. You don't care. You're not repenting. It's just who and what you are. And so we have to understand that we can also become evil, where our actions are always evil, causing harm and suffering to other people or to ourselves. We're going to read more and more that we tend towards evil. He has none dwelling in him. We allow it to dwell in us. And it starts always with the thought, and the emotions then get attached to it. When does a lot of the suffering, harm, and destruction come? It always comes when you like and you don't like. If you like something you shouldn't, or if you don't like something and you don't know how to handle that. Something gets you mad, somebody made you upset, somebody hurt your feelings, somebody embarrassed you, somebody did something that maybe caused you a little bit of harm, so now you want to cause them harm. And it's that backlash and lashing out, or it's the I want, but you're not supposed to have. And you go and try and get it anyway, and that causes harm and ruin and suffering. Because you allow that evil to dwell in you. And we have to bring it into alignment with him. But how does he restrain his feet from every evil way? Well, he says that I love your Torah. I study it all day long. I recognize that it makes me wiser. It gives me understanding. I've observed. I've seen that it works. See, these are all little tools for you. Do you love the Torah? Do you love the Word? Why would you love commandments? They're laws, they're commandments. You love them because they're the rules and regulations and instructions on how to actually avoid evil. If you do what he says, you do not suffer. So you don't have evil in your life. So he's saying, look, I get it. I'm in a dark world, but the Word is a lamp. Shines a little bit of light, enough for me to know where to go the next few steps. Always remember that verse 105 is talking about a lamp, okay? Not a floodlight, not like high beams on your car. It's a lamp. So like an oil lamp that you could carry, and it only shines so far. You can see maybe 10, 20 feet, whatever it is. It depends on how dark it is out, if there's a moon or something, but you only see so far. And he's asking you to trust him. Walk that part that I show you. And then when you get there, I'll show you some more. And then when you get there, I'll show you some more. Because some people say, well, is it really that big a deal that I keep Sunday instead of Saturday, or keep Christmas and Easter instead of the feast? I mean, how is that hurting anybody? It does. It hurts the whole world. The world starts to erupt. You know, the Jewish sages will teach you that it's Torah that holds the world together. And so when everybody's breaking it, the world starts coming apart at the seams, which is basically what happened in the flood. The water's below and the water's above. And so it makes a big difference. This is the hardest part for us. It may look like they're benefiting. We've had prophets that say, Father, why? Yahweh, why do the wrong seem to benefit? Why do they seem to be blessed? Where's the reaping and sowing going on? And he says, it does go on, just not in your time frame. Not going to be necessarily in your time frame, but it's going to happen. Be patient. But it appears, and we can all see this at times, it appears that maybe somebody's benefiting from doing something wrong. And if it appears that way, you may be tempted to partake in the delicacies by doing the wrongness with them. And then the evil comes, because eventually you do suffer and harm. From a scriptural point of view, he has to cause the suffering, which is why we struggle to discipline our children. What can we possibly do that they'll suffer? So we take away their phone or their technology. I mean, it's like we have no leverage. Okay, there's only two types of leverage: what they want or what they don't want. You threaten them with what they don't want, or you offer them what they want. Carrot, stick, right? It used to be much simpler because it was literally a stick. There was no carrot. Do what I say or you're getting the stick. Because the stick works better than the carrot. We will do way more to avoid pain than to seek pleasure. We will. It's a much stronger motivator. And so most of what we need to do that we don't do is because we still perceive it as too painful to do it, too inconvenient, too much work, too much effort, too much something. In a sense, all those traveling teachers are creating evil. I'll tell you why. Because the people they're teaching suffer because they are restrained in what they could say because they're afraid they'll offend somebody and they won't buy their stuff. So they're shortchanging the people. And the people are suffering because of this. I'm never worried about that. You guys all know that. Because I say things you know I wouldn't say if I was worried about that. Okay? But I know that they have feelings of, like strong feelings about certain things that I know they would say, but they are concerned it will affect their bottom line. If the Ruach just teaches everybody everything, why are you even looking for stuff on YouTube? I mean, stop lying to me and everybody else, and especially to yourself. You just don't want a teacher, is the truth. Because if the Ruach teaches you everything, you would pray and you'd get your answer, and you'd never have any questions. If that's the way it worked. But it doesn't work that way. You know that, so stop lying. Stop using that excuse to not find help. You just don't like me or other teachers. Admit that, okay? At least be upfront about it. Because I watch people tell everybody, you don't need teachers anymore, and then they spend an hour teaching everybody. It's like, or they'll take questions. The answer to every question should have been, go home and pray about it. You want what you want. That's not in line with what he wants. That's evil. That's going to bring suffering and harm to you and everybody else around you. And he has to make you understand. He says, your own evil is what's instructing you. Okay, the other part of it is that they were suffering right here. There was a problem going on in Jeremiah's day, and they were looking to Egypt to save them. They were looking at other people to save them. They weren't looking to Yahweh to save them. He's saying, you're being instructed by the fact that you're suffering and you're just seeking to fix it immediately the way you want, and so you're being instructed by that. You're making decisions out of your pain. So you're not making wise decisions. You're not getting counsel. That's why when Jeremiah speaks, they decide, oh, we don't want to listen to you. We got this other guy who says he's a prophet. We're going to listen to him. We like what he says. Some of you do that with teachers and congregations too. Oh, we don't like what this guy says. We'll go find this other guy. We like what he says.